Staying on the cutting edge of technology has long been a fact of life for America's pharmacists. In 2011, the APhA surveyed members to find out just what computer technology they owned. Nearly 60% of pharmacists said they owned a desktop computer or Windows laptop. Just over 10% said they owned a Mac laptop. When it comes to smartphones, some 23% said they own iPhones, and about 16% own Android phones. Technology ownership rates are pretty similar between independent and chain store pharmacists, except when it comes to iPads. 13% of chain pharmacists said they own an iPad, but 21% of independents do. And when it comes to e-book readers, the Kindle leads the Nook by about 4-1, with around 12% ownership. University of Oklahoma College of Pharmacy students are trained with a team-based approach and have access to state-of-the-art technology not found at other schools. Dean Jolene Drogalis says these qualities make the University of Oklahoma a prescription for success for pharmacy students.
We pride ourselves on our team-based approach to learning, where our faculty and our students work together to create a dynamic learning environment.
The University of Oklahoma College of Pharmacy has an extremely small student-to-faculty ratio. At present, there is one faculty member for every 7 students.
That foundational knowledge that they gain in the classroom is really important, but for that long-term retention of knowledge, they're going to have to be able to practice it.
With only a handful of students in a learning activity, you get a lot of quality practice experience. We had full-time access to our instructor.
So if I only have 1 or 2 students, and I can give a nice rich experience to them and they can see and apply, learn, mess up, go do it better the next time.
I truly believe that allowed us to develop our clinical decision-making skills.
If you have any questions.
Today's pharmacy student has to be well-versed in the use of technology. We provide the best and most sophisticated technology on both campuses to facilitate that learning, as well as a more intimate one-on-one learning experience on each campus.
We're really proud of our mentoring program, which pairs P1 students with upperclassmen.
The mentoring program helped me identify strengths that I had not previously recognized in myself, and then I was able to help other students mentor them to develop the skills that they needed to become leaders.
I believe most students come into pharmacy and the College of Pharmacy because they want to make a difference. They want to make a difference in their patients' lives, helping improve their health and well-being.
You're maybe a little nervous.
And that's one of the reasons that we've implemented the RX for Fitness program here at the college.
RX for Fitness is a student-led initiative. We try to encourage healthy living for everyone on campus.
We teach patients that a change in diet and exercise can dramatically improve your quality of life.
The University of Oklahoma College of Pharmacy is equipped with specialized research facilities that offer students several unique training experiences.
We are the only college of pharmacy in the country that has operational nuclear pharmacy on site. What it does is it helps us train the students in the use of nuclear medicines and also allows us to distribute over 500 radiopharmaceuticals every day to the sites around Oklahoma City.
Our researchers are working on a wide range of highly innovative and advanced research programs that are very closely aligned with the research interests at the university. In particular, these are cancer, diabetes, infectious diseases, neuroscience, and measuring outcomes of medication use in clinical settings.
Students can take advantage of more specialized tracks of study while pursuing their pharmacy degree. They include psychiatry, nuclear pharmacy, pediatrics, and leadership. Other students opt to add graduate-level studies at the same time.
Because we are on a major university campus, there's a lot of opportunity for graduate students to learn the process of critical thinking, be independent thinkers, and learn the scientific approach to solving problems critical to human health.
The dual PharmD MS degree will open up career options that wouldn't be available for me with just a PharmD degree. During the program, I learned the value of careful research writing, learned the scientific method and peer review process, and developed my critical thinking and problem-solving skills.
The University of Oklahoma is on the cutting edge of education, research, and technology. The students we're educating today will transform drug discovery and medication use to improve people's lives.
This is an exciting time to be a pharmacist. Today's pharmacists can choose any number of areas of expertise, and that is increasing the choices and employment opportunities. The American Pharmacists Association is working to make pharmacists more successful by offering a wealth of tools and programs that help make them stronger players in today's marketplace.
APhA says today's pharmacists have more access to specialized training than ever before, and these skills make them more valuable healthcare professionals.
Where are you in your practice setting? Where are you in your career? We help you identify the education that you need as an individual and not what maybe your colleagues need. We have 3 very successful certificate training programs, and they're on the topics of immunizations, diabetes, and medication therapy management. These programs offer advanced training to pharmacists, whether they are in school or out in their careers.
The Board of Pharmacy Specialties was established in 1976 as an autonomous division of APhA to determine which pharmacists were qualified to provide patient care at advanced practice levels. Currently, BPS offers 6 specialties: ambulatory care, nuclear pharmacy, nutrition support, oncology, pharmacotherapy, and psychiatric pharmacy. Becoming BPS board certified enables pharmacists to differentiate and affirm their knowledge and skills in the specialty area. Board certification prepares pharmacists to take on expanded patient care roles, to serve as members of multidisciplinary healthcare teams, and to also show other healthcare professionals, employers, and insurers that they have the knowledge and skill in the specialty areas.
All of these APhA programs are designed to enhance a pharmacist's skills and to help improve patient quality of care.
APhA is a member of the Pharmacy Quality Alliance, an entity that is working to develop quality measures for pharmacists. This is a really important area right now in the healthcare system. The term that is being used a lot is a value-based healthcare system, where there's a strong emphasis on looking at both the quality of the care that's delivered and the cost of the healthcare services in an effort to attain the highest quality, most economical healthcare in this country.
All of these specialized skills and tools are leading to a wide diversity of professional practice opportunities for today's pharmacists.
We're seeing a lot of different emerging roles. We're seeing pharmacists being hired more and more into physician office practices as some of the coordinated care models like medical homes and accountable care organizations evolve. We're also seeing the area of pharmacogenomics, where patients' medication therapies are tailored based on their genomic profile, as an area where pharmacists can play a significant role. It's an exciting time to be a pharmacist because there's so many new and emerging opportunities for pharmacists in the patient care realm, in the government and regulatory agency area, in managing safe distribution practices. And the great thing about APhA is we have programs and services to meet the needs of pharmacists across the spectrum.
When you ask students why they wanted to become a pharmacist, most of the time they tell you it's because they wanted to help people. From their first day in the classroom, APhA gives them an opportunity to do just that. The APhA Academy of Student Pharmacists offers a number of patient care and community outreach initiatives, from the Heartburn Awareness Challenge to Operation Diabetes, Operation Immunization, Operation Heart, and our newest project, Generation RX. There really is an opportunity for everyone to become involved.
The College of Pharmacy at the University of Utah leads the way in producing cutting-edge medicines for epilepsy and other convulsant diseases. Today, the National Institute of Health ranks the school 3rd in the nation for research productivity.
At the University of Utah College of Pharmacy, service learning is prioritized. Students have a chance to gain extracurricular skills in service to people in the greater Salt Lake community.
We are one of the smallest colleges of pharmacy in the country. We're able to offer students a very personalized education. We have approximately 1-to-1 faculty to student ratio in each of the PharmD classes.
I've been in the College of Pharmacy for a number of years.
I've also been the course master for this class, which is called Community Agency Practicum. What the students get out of that is it reinforces perhaps their human being skills and the ability to relate to someone one-on-one as a human rather than just as a health professional. We can lecture about that in class, but experiencing that firsthand is really much more helpful.
The client had severe MS and he wanted a garden. He really wanted a garden, and so we had students come in and dig a garden and help grow vegetables for him and harvest them and then cook them for them. With student volunteers, with the service learning students, we were able to provide things that are huge in terms of their quality of life.
Caseworkers try to help set up some support for clients that really might transition to a nursing home, but they have a home already and they just need a little bit of support, and then they're able to stay in their homes. So it's a really great program. Working with community care transitions was a really important part of my pharmacy education. It was an opportunity for me to be able to, instead of just expecting everything given to me, for me to be a good pharmacist, it was a time for me to learn how to give.
There are more than 8 different programs in place for service learning at the University of Utah College of Pharmacy. Students may choose the institution best suited to them, and many continue their volunteerism beyond the college requirements.
I think the most important thing is learning to deal with different kinds of people and to also be able to help teach and educate them no matter what the subject is. In our case, it was English. But as a pharmacist, it's going to be in drug therapy and how to use their medications and what to look for and what to expect. And I think that's a really important skill for a pharmacist to have.
Horizonte is a real diverse school. We provide services for the youth and for their parents, but many community members. We're a one-stop center, and so we have partnership with over 50 agencies here in Salt Lake and in Utah. We have a high need, primarily at-risk student population at our school. We have students from over 70 countries speaking over 80 languages. And for the pharmacy students to be able to interact with them, it's just been a wonderful experience for them. We're well known within the immigrant and refugee population. We're a safe place to go. They trust us. It's helped because in our classes that at times are larger, we have another person to go in, fluent in English, able to practice English with them, either one-on-one or in a small group. There's more interaction for them. That's been real helpful.
I did a clerkship at the Blanding Family Practice Clinic. Some patients would come in just to see the pharmacy students, and so it was really exciting to see them recognize that we could provide a service that nobody else could, and they wanted to meet with us.
The reason that it's so important to us is that it's really one of the key issues of our mission, and also our vision to be the leading college of pharmacy.
When it comes to their public reputation, America's pharmacists stand out. A recent Gallup poll found that 73% of Americans rate pharmacists' honesty and ethical standards as high or very high, second only to nurses among all professions surveyed. Other high-scoring professions include members of the military, doctors, and grade school teachers. Among the lowest, you guessed it, car salespeople. The University of South Florida College of Pharmacy is a new college burgeoning within an already well-established institution of health sciences. The research conducted in the pharmacy program is aimed at bridging the gaps from the laboratory to patient.
One of the main things we're trying to accomplish now is building an advanced practitioner for the future. We feel that we have an enormous amount of resources here at the University of South Florida with the College of Medicine, College of Public Health, College of Nursing, Physical Therapy, Biomedical Sciences, that can bring all of the resources together, both in terms of faculty and students, to build an advanced pharmacy practitioner for the future. So a student coming into our program right now will be prepared to move into the future and not only be a part of healthcare in the future, but actually begin to transform the role of the pharmacist in the future of healthcare.
So we are growing quickly, and we have got, I think, more than 30 full-time faculties. We have set up 14 research laboratories. We plan to set up a PhD next year, master and a PhD program next year. I think medicine in the future should be personalized. personalized medicine should be the future. We have to say, give your patient, you cannot just, just use the same dosage or same drug.
Pharmacogenomics, the study of genetic variations' effects in medicine, is the cutting edge of pharmacy research today. The University of South Florida's College of Pharmacy is one of the nation's schools to integrate the study of pharmacogenomics into its curriculum.
This is the cutting edge. This is one of the most exciting fields that are out there. This is an amazing time to be in, because we're going from this kind of work only happening in the laboratory to actually having real, true-to-life clinical application. So it actually can impact patients by the information that we get by doing these kinds of research.
Aside from the pharmacogenomics endeavor, University of South Florida is also working on mainstreaming other innovative medical technologies for the benefit of clinicians and patients. Nanomedicine is one of those new technologies.
We feel that there may be an opportunity to have nanotechnology and nanomedicine come together in a way in building brand new methods of drug delivery, not just in the cancer realm, but even in chronic disease states. And we're building that program right now. We will be building a graduate program in that area in the future, and we're very excited about the potential for where our role will be in generating brand new technologies for our country and others around the world.
Not all research is restricted to the lab. In fact, another noteworthy area of research at USF can be found in the form of a medicinal herbal garden.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have what we consider to be probably one of the top herbal researchers, probably in the entire world, on our faculty right now, our chair of our pharmaceutical sciences department.
This is a turmeric, very, very commonly used by Indian people. Sometimes we use red sage to extract the oil to treat minor diseases, the small pains, inflammation, cold. And I know there are more than 400 pharmaceutical companies. They produce red sage related products. So we are pretty interested in how herbal medicines work and whether it's safe to use herbal medicines or combining herbal medicines with prescribed drugs.
We have particular expertise in looking at natural products. The public, they're asking for more herbal products. The public is really clamoring for much more natural products in the way of herbal medications, things that won't cause an enormous amount of side effects that they have more confidence in. And we're looking at now doing actual research to really predict and determine how these herbal products will exist and work in the body, hopefully for the betterment of improved health for patients.
The APhA is ready when you are, especially if you need drug information. Make sure you have bookmarked APhADrugInfoline.com. The new digital website keeps you informed about all the important studies in clinical literature. The members-only resource can also be downloaded as either an iPhone or iPad app for 99 cents. You'll have access to important information about new drugs and indications, alerts and warnings. Download the app or visit the website to stay up to date. Duquesne University's Milan School of Pharmacy is creating a new cancer-fighting drug that is fast, tracked by the federal government. It improves chronic disease management and could create one of the wonder drugs of tomorrow.
Dr. Alim Gangji, a research scientist and distinguished professor of medicinal pharmacy, has created 3 new promising compounds that don't appear to have the issues other drugs on the market have.
Cancer treatment has come a long way, particularly chemotherapeutic agents, which are drugs that are used to treat cancer. However, there are some major problems associated with it, and one of those problems is the toxicity of the compounds that are used as chemotherapeutic agents. These compounds generally are not selective, so they kill both the cancer cell as well as the normal cell, and that's a serious problem. Our compounds, the ones that we have discovered, these compounds, they are extremely potent agents, so they function in very small quantities, but they're able to circumvent all of the problems we have with some major drugs like paclitaxel for the treatment of breast cancer and other cancers. So our drugs are very, very soluble in water, and so they don't need long durations of time for administration.
National Institutes of Health believe that Dr. Gung Ji's research is promising enough to award him a $1.3 million grant.
These compounds are like mini Trojan horses, and they actually trick the tumor into thinking that it is receiving something that is going to help build the tumor. And by the time the molecule begins to have its effect within the tumor, it actually stops the growth of the tumor.
We have researchers that are examining the effects of a neurotransmitter, dopamine for example, and how that is related to either some chronic disease states, Alzheimer's, or in chronic addiction. And so we have several researchers in the neurochemical area that are really trying to discover how those receptors are being interacted by those particular neurotransmitters and what we can do to manipulate that in order to better serve and to be able to manage those particular disease states.
A good example of the research that we carry out is our work in the pharmacy practice group at Duquesne University, where we studied the disease states of asthma and migraine headaches. And the faculty and students involved with this research are making strides in managing those diseases. The work demonstrates also the opportunity for pharmacists to play an important role in improving patient outcomes.
I think that a graduate student considering the pharmaceutical sciences would really benefit coming to a community like Duquesne University in the Graduate School of Pharmaceutical Sciences, because they would be among those that are really making a difference in healthcare.
How many questions do you get each week? Probably too many to remember. But when it comes to questions about medications, the APhA knows how many your average pharmacist answers. Results of a recent APhA survey show that 39% of pharmacists surveyed said they answered 1 to 10 questions about non-prescription medications each week. 30% answered 1 to 10 questions about prescription medications. Just 3% answered no questions about prescriptions, and just 5% answered no questions about over-the-counter medicines. At the other end of the spectrum, 6% said they answered at least 100 questions about prescription medications each week, and 3% did the same with non-prescription medications. What does it take to ensure tomorrow's pharmacists have the best possible skills and training? The Virginia Commonwealth University School of Pharmacy says in order to create top future pharmacists, it had to first rebuild its education model from the ground up.
Here at VCU, we wanted to be the leader in curricular change. The old model was typically lecture-based. It was a 50-minute lecture where the students were passive learners and the faculty were lecturers. What we did then is to take our curriculum that we had in place, totally erase it, start from the end to determine what competencies we expect our graduates to have to function in the future healthcare delivery system. What we needed to do is to not only change our curriculum, but change the environment in which the students are learning. So we invested millions of dollars into the latest technology.
A sophisticated video-audio routing system can simultaneously deliver people plus content to multiple internal and external sites. Individual team-based pod areas are available as well as larger didactic spaces. But VCU believes it's the way students are taught that really sets the school apart.
We have very little lecturing going on. We're doing a lot more team-based teaching among the faculty. All the changes in the delivery of the curriculum have come from the faculty, not from top down, but from the faculty up.
My role as a teacher has really been a transformative process through the years. I think early on in my career, I spent a lot of time preparing for class by making sure my lectures were clear and concise. I think now I view class time as sort of like Super Bowl airtime. It's valuable, and it's time that we need to use to have students engage in activities where they're problem solving and critically thinking.
So we do a lot of hands-on, case-based activities that allow students to work as a team to apply critical thinking and problem-solving skills for real-life patient cases.
You could work with your team on the case, kind of discuss it with each other, and then you would turn back and talk as a whole class discussion about the case.
I think patient outcomes are improved because of our modular-based approach. I think having a big picture view of disease states really allows you to more effectively cater medication choices to specific patients.
With the real life situations we give them in the lab, in their teams, they're able to develop some of the communication skills that they'll need to work as a team once they're out in the healthcare system.
VCU's recently renovated labs are equipped with all the latest teaching tools.
Sim labs give us unscripted kind of learning ability. You would be treating him, and midway through treatment they may throw you a curve that you didn't anticipate. And so you have to learn to adapt and to expect curves to be thrown at you.
What our students need to be able to do is analyze information, evaluate it, and synthesize it in order to identify, prevent, and resolve drug-related problems.
We've gotten feedback from our preceptor faculty of how better the students are prepared today than they were just a few years ago. So we have both direct and indirect evidence that the students are learning, and more importantly, they're able to use what they're learning in patient care.
It's really preparing us for where pharmacy is going in the future with a collaborative practices between doctors, nurses, pharmacists. Kind of gets us ready to engage in those group settings.
To me, we're preparing students not for their job, but for their entire career. And this is a career-building curriculum, not a job-building curriculum.
Statistics show one of the biggest challenges in healthcare is getting patients to fill their prescription medications and take them correctly. Wellmed Medical Management, based in San Antonio, Texas, has found a way to increase its patients' prescription fill rates, and that's just one of their many achievements. Wellmed makes healthcare fun with a senior center and many other amenities that improve their patients' health.
It's open house at this Wellmed clinic located in the northwest part of San Antonio, Texas.
We have open houses from September to December to bring in new patients, to hold the ones that we have, mainly just to have fun with the seniors. They love it, love it, love it.
Wellmed specializes in health care for seniors.
In the senior population, pharmaceuticals are really critical. Again, your average senior is going to have at least 3 to 4 chronic conditions. Many of them, as they get in their 80s, maybe 7, 8 chronic conditions. We see ourselves as the primary care doctors being the care coordinators, and it's really our job to make sure that all experiences that the senior has in the care delivery system are coordinated, and all people that are interacting with the patient know what's going on at all times.
And where our pharmacists have helped us primarily is looking at and defining what is really the best alternative that's available to treat and make that formulary, if you would, of medications that you would make available to patients who couldn't afford those. And you find out that very frequently a very inexpensive medication can avoid a very costly hospitalization.
What also helps is keeping patients happy. Wellmed strives to do this with a unique partnership at several of their 41 clinics.
We're at the Alicia Torino Lopez Center, which is the District 6 One-Stop Center. It's a public-private partnership between the Wellmed Charitable Foundation and the City of San Antonio.
Your name? Rosalinda Ramos.
Seniors have access to a multitude of resources, from free lunches to classes, and even having their art on exhibit.
Let me tell you, this place is a blessing for a lot of people here, because a lot of people say, before this place opened, I just sat in my apartment with nothing to do.
And everybody can come and work out and exercise, get yourself in shape, stay fit, so you can enjoy your grandchildren.
We have the computer classes. We have lots of friends, especially the friends and the social activity.
It's not just seniors who benefit. Their caregivers are encouraged to utilize the Caregiver SOS classes that are also no cost.
Depression and stress are incredibly high. At least 30 to 70% of all family caregivers could have a clinical diagnosis of depression.
My husband has Alzheimer's, and so it was very stressful, very stressful. I went to the caregiver class, and it
I didn't realize, I thought I was real strong and that I could handle it, but I didn't realize I was going down. So I brought my husband the next day, and he saw the pool tables, and he says, I want to play pool. Before that, he was like shutting down. So we try to come at least 3 days a week, and he says the center gave him back his life.
It's very rewarding for us to be able to deliver not only extra lifespan to seniors, but a lifespan that improves their quality of life during that time.
I used to be at home all bored and worried and nothing to do but just be there. Now I socialize and have a lot of friends, and I enjoy coming here every day. I look forward to it every day.
I look at life now differently because to me, coming here is like, you know, I look forward to it every morning. Every morning I look forward to it. I don't know, it just turns me on.
Many students' expectations for learning have changed from taking in facts from lecture that are memorized to be tested. Washington State University College of Pharmacy is ready to meet these expectations by incorporating technology and challenging those who want to take responsibility in their learning.
The faculty of Washington State University College of Pharmacy take seriously their desire to deliver many elements of their curriculum at a higher level.
Could he possibly have died of some other cause?
Focusing on developing critical thinking skills and challenging students to develop their analytical and creative problem-solving ability to improve patient care.
We're not overemphasizing their ability to master a set of facts, so then they don't have to worry about, is this particular issue going to be probed on the exam?
Professors Brenda Bray, Katrina Schwartz, and Jennifer Robinson teach in the Applied Patient Care Laboratories. The professors act as group facilitators as the students work through real-world and hypothetical questions to achieve the best outcome for their hypothetical patients.
So they're really having to use problem-solving skills, critical thinking skills, and integrating information, synthesizing information for the care of their patients.
And the small group facilitation is really great because it allows us to feed off each other, to really one student can think of one objective where another student would be able to look at something else that we've never really thought before. So in that case, the students are able to work alongside and then kind of build a synergy to come to a great conclusion or a great treatment plan for that patient.
To evaluate their higher level thinking, I give them cases to work on, and then we have real-time discussion of those cases within their teams.
It's a lot different than your average class where you're sitting there and there is a professor shouting information at you from a PowerPoint slide. I feel that we're involved in it and we are creating solutions, oftentimes that the instructor didn't even intend, and which is also in its own right correct.
Sure, anyone can read a book and learn something. Anyone can, take a class and learn a lot of facts. Facts are great and we need them. However, if you can't convey these well, if you can't convey what a patient needs to know in a way that they can understand, it's useless.
Their obligation is to take facts wherever they happen to get them from. They might remember them, or they might go retrieve them from the internet or from a textbook or somewhere else, and then weave that factual information into the solution to a problem.
Professor John White takes a slightly different approach, preferring to keep the class in a large lecture, but integrating the use of still photography and videos, human stories, and humor to keep students engaged. Professor White also has embraced new technology, the kind that will empower his students to view his lectures, captured on video at their convenience.
In my apartment, in my sweatpants, in the 6 o'clock at night, I can listen to a lecture that Dr. White recorded. So when we come into the classroom, I've already sat through the lecture online.
By the time they come to class, they're ready to hear about patients. They're ready to hear about actual cases. So some of my patients are real, some of them are historical figures. I do whatever I can to make their experience compelling.
And as we go through patient cases in class, and I'm able to stay more engaged because I have a better understanding of the material.
And why it's unique is that the student owns the learning. It's not a teacher, professor, faculty-driven learning model. It's a model where the student identifies what they need to learn and really owns it.
Started in 1919, family-owned Upsher-Smith Laboratories was founded and run by a pharmacist. So let's see what's the story behind more than 90 years of innovation and tradition at this all-American company.
Upsher-Smith is a product of the American dream. The company started in 1919 when Frederick Alfred Upsher-Smith, an inventive research chemist, began processing digitalis to create an improved form for patients with heart conditions. The company that bears his name manufactures and markets more than 50 products, and today is run by a pharmacist.
This heritage provides Upsher-Smith with a unique understanding of the important role played by the pharmacist in advancing patient care.
As an independent and privately held company, we are able to act swiftly to the ever-changing needs of the marketplace. It has been our long-standing commitment that each and every Upsher-Smith employee is working to do the right thing for the benefit of the patients and healthcare professionals that we serve.
Today, Upsher-Smith is focused not on more products, but the right products, serving critical needs with affordable, high-quality treatment options, coupled with outstanding service and reliability.
I'm a pharmacist and I've been with Upsher-Smith for more than 18 years. Upsher-Smith offers a wide range of treatments, from its well-recognized portfolio of generic products to important offerings in women's health and dermatology.
These products are supported by dedicated employees at every step of the way.
This is my 13th year at Upsher-Smith Laboratories. I am proud of the contribution my team and I make to manufacture the drugs that help people live better lives.
I've been a customer of Upsher-Smith for 23 years, and I tell you, you won't find better quality products or better customer service anywhere in the industry.
Harnessing more than 90 years of innovation, Upsher-Smith is poised to build on its formulation and clinical development expertise to improve the lives of patients suffering from central nervous system disorders.
Our vision for the future is to become a leader in providing therapies that empower people suffering from central nervous system diseases such as epilepsy and Parkinson's disease to lead healthy and productive lives.
At Upsher-Smith, we're proud of our heritage and excited about a future continuing to work with pharmacists to help improve the lives of the people we serve.
What if instead of one healthcare professional focusing on your medical needs, a team of professionals work together to give you the best diagnosis and treatment possible? Western University of Health Sciences has a revolutionary program that offers that and more. As a result, students walk away with a newfound appreciation for the roles of other healthcare professions, a set of valuable life skills, and of course, some new friends.
Western University of Health Sciences, located in Pomona, California, is a pace setter in IPE, interprofessional education.
We were identifying roles.
It was important for Western University to take a stand and lead the interprofessional education movement. So the president of Western University of Health Sciences dreamed this since the 70s. And he knew that it was critical for all of the professions to work together as a team to improve patient outcomes.
The president not only had the foresight to lead in IPE, he included veterinary medicine.
Imagine the food animals that we have to deal with in our culture. So the connection between veterinary medicine and human medicine and pharmacy and all the other health professions we have, to me, is a natural it's a natural situation.
drug residues in food animals are extremely important to society. And so knowing about what drugs we would use and dispense in a cow or in a chicken and what the fate of that drug is when that becomes part of our meal on our dinner plate is extremely important.
Western has more than 90 group study rooms for their IPE curriculum that has 3 phases, one of which is the case-based study, where the different health disciplines come together to evaluate an actual case.
If the cows are carrying some sort of pathogen, possibly they might be transmitting that to other states.
The students are evaluating an outbreak of tuberculosis that transferred from dairy cows to humans.
I think it's fantastic that they're bringing something like food animals to IPE so that people understand the role that the veterinarian plays in going and figuring out problems that may arise that affect the human population too.
Okay. Were there any other learning issues that we want to put from this first disclosure?
Faculty sit in to facilitate learning.
The case-based course was actually designed to just bring the students together and have them have an awareness of each other. We want them to learn about, with, and from each other, the scope of practice, their position on the healthcare team, all in order to promote and provide the goal of patient-centered collaborative care.
I am a second-year pharmacy student here at Western University, and this profession actually does put me in a center, and I do have the flexibility to move around to different disciplines in a sense, and I got exposure to different professions as well, because different professions do deal with medications, and when they prescribe a medication, let's say, I'll be there to help them with that. So it kind of drew me closer to it, and the more exposure I get to pharmacy, the more I fall in love with it, because I am able to do so many different things.
Pharmacists are in an ideal position to help patients understand the importance of their medications and how it can really improve their quality of life.
Our university is the most comprehensive health professions university in the country, with the 9 colleges we have and all the disciplines that are there, and it's very exciting. So I expect that because of this structure and because of our philosophy, we're going to provide these students with a tremendous education, and then more importantly, in turn, they're going to care for people. And the communities will be wealthier in terms of health and wellness and so forth. That's really our major mission.
It will be interesting to see how much changes in a year. The APhA convention for 2013 is set to take place in Los Angeles, California. Make sure you're a part of it. The role of healthcare is constantly evolving across the nation, and the field of pharmacy is changing with it. At Ohio State University, faculty and staff benefit from patient-centered care, while students and residents obtain firsthand the knowledge and experience needed to be agents of change in today's healthcare environment.
Ohio State University prides itself on training its pharmacy residents to work cooperatively in an environment where all healthcare providers are viewed as equals.
The role of pharmacy and patient care is really changing. I think traditionally we've thought of the pharmacist as that at the end of the medication use process, making sure that the patient gets the right product and that they know how to use it correctly, and really kind of the last guardian of medication safety. But pharmacy is shifting more into a patient-focused care, and we're seeing them as the guardian of that medication safety at the beginning of that process, helping to ensure that the patient gets the right medication to get the right outcomes from drug therapy.
The College of Pharmacy at Ohio State University was established in 1895. Since then, the college has made significant achievements in patient care.
I chose OSU because I had such a positive experience here throughout pharmacy school. I was really looking for a residency in which I could practice in a team setting, also do teaching through the university, and be able to do research. And I believe Ohio State really fit me and what I was looking to do.
University Health Connection is a product of a collaborative effort between the leadership of the Office of Human Resources and the healthcare providers here at Ohio State University. It represents an innovative care delivery model that, with a focus on interprofessional practice, and we service the needs of the university faculty and staff. We are a single payer model. The single payer model really is very important because of the fact that the providers here don't have to change their practice styles in order to accommodate different kinds of health plans and different benefit structures.
My specialty is ambulatory care with a focus in academia. Actually, what drew me to this position is the fact that it combines both those aspects together, because I'm very interested in being a clinical faculty member. And at this position at Ohio State, they do a very good job of combining those two and really teaching me to be a clinical faculty member, which is what I want to be.
UHC is truly an interdisciplinary practice where doctors work alongside nurses and pharmacists. When a problem arises for a patient, the UHC team can handle the unexpected.
We had a patient who came in for just a regular visit, and she was new to OSU and had an appointment with our physician, with Dr. Hall, and just a regular visit, and she had described some chest pain, some chest pressure that she'd had, and we were a little concerned that it was on exertion, and we actually sent her over to get evaluated at the Ross Heart Center, and she ended up getting a stent. So she ended up going in and getting a PCI done, and so that's something that came in. It seemed like really normal. She really was just there because she wanted refills, and it ended up having that intervention.
The APhA is not just for working professionals. Students are the future of pharmacy, and the APhA offers them an opportunity to jumpstart their careers. APhA Director of Student Development, Crystal Atwell, explains what the association can offer pharmacy students.
Every student should want to become a member of APhA. It really gives them an opportunity to see everything in the profession, because APhA represents all areas of practice. So they get a chance to develop their career skills and have networking opportunities. They get a chance for hands-on experience through our patient care projects, and they get to help become the voice of pharmacy. Students represent a very important part of the profession because they're the future of where we're going, and so they get to become advocates for their profession.
Because healthcare touches everyone's life and is linked with the broader economy, addressing health policy requires perspectives from different fields of expertise and creative research methods. The University of Southern California School of Pharmacy puts students face to face with the nation's federal healthcare reform issues, health spending, and fiscal health.
With healthcare reforms here, advocating for the pharmacy profession is more critical than ever. One way the USC Pharmacy School is doing this is by utilizing research conducted at the USC Leonard D. Schaefer Center for Health Policy and Economics.
Pharmacists have an important role to play in the healthcare system, but they have to demonstrate it. And the challenge right now is to show that they can provide value. And I think pharmacists actually can play a really important role in delivering chronic care and helping patients in ways that will substitute for really expensive and scarce physician time.
Many of our pharmacy students will start their careers as pharmacists behind the counter, but at some point in their careers they're going to be in a management position, and they're going to be in a position where they're going to start having to make decisions about formularies and about which drugs will be funded under different benefit management plans. And so the training they get at USC can help them better prepare for those job responsibilities later in their career.
Probably the most important thing to take away from working in health policy and working with economists and psychologists is that pharmacists can provide a very, very unique perspective that other clinicians don't have. We are the medication experts. We tend to look at patients and treatments very differently than how a physician handles it.
This isn't a turf issue about pharmacists versus physicians. This is about working on a team, working together to make the patient better.
Results of interprofessional care can be found in the Patient Safety and Clinical Pharmacy Services Collaborative, where physicians rely on pharmacists to manage high-risk, high-cost, complex patients.
We started with 68 safety net organizations back in 2008, I think it was.
Now we have 160 in the collaborative, which doesn't sound like a huge leap, except now we're partnering with the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, and they've greatly expanded the number of entities that will have to implement clinical pharmacy services. So it really is, I believe, the most powerful force right now in this country, pushing for the promotion of clinical pharmacy services and trying to make sure that clinical pharmacists are an essential part of the healthcare team, which they need to be.
I was very excited when I saw them hands-on and visiting patients and prescribing, explaining, and making patients more comfortable with the medicines that they were receiving. And so I witnessed this firsthand, and I was very impressed, and impressed enough to suggest that we ought to be doing this elsewhere, and I'm anxious to see that take place.
Getting the word out about the value of pharmacist patient-centered care is also key.
Our dean he's had articles in well-known magazines like the Wall Street Journal, as well as Politico, as well as spending a tremendous amount of time helping educate elected officials.
You know, our school is really committed to advocacy. We think it's important that our students are exposed to these kinds of issues, because it's really going to be advocacy, interaction with policymakers, doing the right kinds of research. It's really going to form what healthcare looks like in the future.
As you can see, there is a lot going on in the pharmacy industry and at the American Pharmacy Association. Whether you're headed to a career in retail or research, the APhA is dedicated to uniting the industry and charting a way through new territory. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at next year's convention.